Peter, just sum up what you saw tonight from your guys and the way they battled and came back.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously fighting back in the third period like that. Just our guys have been there before, done that before. We knew that we could score 2 goals in the third period, just I think from confidence of the year that we've had. And but that being said, you got to go out and do the work. And I thought the guys really pressed in the third period. First period was fast. There's hardly any whistles. It went up and down the ice really quick. And second period, I thought the chances went back and forth. Both goaltenders were really good. Some big saves, but it came down to the third period for us where we had to go out and get something done. And I just thought the guys pushed really hard. They never caved on that game. They brought their best in the third period.
Molly?
Peter, just what could you say about what Chris Kreider did in the third period there?
I just saw him for the first time out in the hallway here, so just because he was tied up. But that is just a monster third period. I mean, he put it on his back, and he really delivered. It was more than him, but at the end of the day, we needed to score goals, and this is what he does, and this is what he did tonight. It was pretty unbelievable performance by him, especially for a guy who, wasn't on the ice yesterday. And to come back and throw in a game like that, throw in a third period like that is pretty special.
Peter, in the second period, there was a sequence where Martinook makes that incredible scooping out of the net, and then I think Panarin goes in a breakaway, doesn't score. An outsider watching that thinks that, well, it's just not the Rangers' day.
Yeah.
What are you thinking at that moment, and what do you do about it?
Yeah, I mean, that would have been. I think that would have made it 3-2, right? If that had gone in, it would have made it 3-2, and that would have been obviously a big goal for us at that point. We wanted to win the second period. We scored to make it 2-1 and get back into that game. And if you score that next goal, you've won the second period and you've set it up for the third. And there was that was sequenced. Didn't go our way. Conversely, as we're pushing in the third period, you saw Igor make some monster saves in the third at the right time as we were trying to score, as we were trying to push that game. And oftentimes that happens. You loosen up or you leave yourself a little bit on the back end, and you need your goaltender to make saves. I thought he made some incredible saves throughout the game, but especially in the third period.
Peter, I'm wondering if you ever get the feeling that this team is carrying a burden of Rangers history that they haven't won in so long, and the narrative is they haven't done it, done it, and it's more about the history than it is about this team. So I'm wondering, are you aware of that?
Yeah, I think I might be somewhat aware of it. Having not been here, Larry, I can only tell you the story of what's gone on this year, what we've seen this year from this group, right? But understanding a little bit of that history, and I'm pretty honest about what I see in a game, and I thought we played a really good game in Game 4, a little bit loose in the first period. We were way off the mark in Game 5. And at that point, maybe what you're saying can sneak in or slide in. And that was what, in my opinion, what was really probably one of the biggest points tonight, is that when our back was up against the wall going into the third period, the players in that room delivered against a really good hockey team. And we were able to find ourselves to be able to score goals and now move on to the conference finals.
Vincent, I guess to start, just what can you say about Chris's performance tonight and what he means for the team?
Yeah, it was clutch. I mean, I think we were a little down on ourselves after the second period there, and I obviously didn't love the way we played in the first two periods, but whenever you're in a spot like that, you need your big players to come up big, and Chris did that tonight.
Chris, could you just describe this team's mentality of being able to bounce back and fight back?
Yeah, I don't know the stat, but I think we had a decent number of come from behind wins this year in the regular season. It never really felt like we were out of it. And I'm talking about being a resilient group and a competitive group, and I think we showed that tonight.
Molly. Vincent, just what was the message in the locker room going into the third period, and I guess the vibe in general before you went in there?
There wasn't a whole lot said after the second. It was just that we knew that wasn't the way we need to play in order to win hockey games in the playoffs against teams like that. And it was just had to go out there and make a decision in the third period and either show up and play and be a part of the series or don't. And I think we had 20 guys show up in the third.
Chris, how much do you think not only the experiences for this group this season, but the last couple of years, the playoff runs you guys have had, have prepared you guys to kind of keep your calm in these moments and be able to come through in these type of stressful pressure environments?
I think after your first run with a group, I'm thinking back to 21, I think you kind of have a feeling for what playoff hockey is going to be like, but each series is so different. Each team is so different year to year, so it's hard to say, but I think it just more the experience over the course of the regular season, the way that we prepared and the way that we played over 82, I think is obviously helped us kind of create our identity, but also set us up for how we want to play at this point of the year too.
Chris, in between the second and the third, did you say, I think I'm going to get one? And when you got one, did you think that there were more on your stick?
I don't know. I mean, I just think as a group we raised our level and we started getting pucks to the net, and I just tried to get there.
Is that
I think
no?
he did. I think he did.
So Vincent, did he say that?
Yes, he did say he had one. I'm not sure about the second part of that question, but the first part, yes.
And when he said that, what did you guys think?
I said I sure hope so.